All right, you guys, it is time to start a new game. Even though this game is not new, it's been out for what, over 3 years or so? But I've never finished it. I played several hours of it, and I got through. What region is it? Let's see here. Limgrave. I did get a lot of Limgrave completed, but it's been several years ago, and I wanted to give this game a go. I'm not all the best at these Souls games, but I like to challenge myself, and I have fun with them. I have played some other Souls games before. I have played Sekiro and gotten about halfway through that. I've played just a little bit of Dark Souls 1 and 2. That music is loud. I played Dark Souls 3 and got maybe 3/4 of the way through that. But I wanted to see how far I could get in Elden Ring before it just slaps me in the face and I have to quit. Again, I'm not the best at these games, but I do think they're fun and they're very challenging. All right, we don't care about any of that. I think all of this is set up okay. Find out. Motion blur, yes, that definitely needs to be off. Alright, all the rest of that looks fine. Man, I even have the music down to 3. Wow, okay. I better turn that up a little. Subtitles are on. HUD is on auto. I could probably turn that on, but I'll wait and see. Show recent items tab, yes. Mark new items, yes. Manual attack aiming. Allows for manual control of aiming of large weapons when locked on. Well, I'm not going to be using a large weapon, so that won't matter. And I think I might have a preset in here from when I did a Let's Explore this game back in December of 2022. And I am a magic type of person. If you guys follow my channel, you know I like to play characters that deal in magic. And this is going to be no exception. Though I'm not going to be full on magic. I want to be a little melee, but not much. So let's look at these attributes. Of course, everybody's probably seen all this because the game has been out for so long. Vagabond, which is like a strength build from the looks of it. Warrior. The warrior actually looks like a dex build based on those stats I'm looking at. It looks like they wield 2 swords. And then we have the hero, definitely a strength type build. That big axe that it has. Bandit. See some skill points in arcane and dex. I'm not sure about the bandit. And of course the astrologer, which is magic based, full on magic based on the intelligence. Then we have the prophet, which is like cleric healing based on the faith score. Then we have the samurai, which a lot of people like using a samurai. I guess because that Uchikatana that you get at the beginning does bleed. And you get a bow with arrows. We have the prisoner, which is probably, this is what I'm going to be what I'm going to start as a prisoner, because we get an S-stock and we get a staff, decent intelligence and dexterity. Everything is pretty well rounded out except for faith and arcane, and we don't really need those stats for what my plan is. I don't really have a plan other than I want to do a little melee and magic, but faith and arcane, I don't believe I need those stats. Oh, confessor, that's more like a healer looking at this. So what's the difference between confessor? I see a huge increase in faith, like 14. And the prophet's faith is 16. Okay, strength is pretty weak on that one. Maybe this is like an in-between cleric and using a sword, because it's got a pretty nice looking sword there. And the strength is 12. And then of course we have the wretch, which is just straight across the board, flat statistics that you can increase as you will. All right, let's go with the prisoner. And of course we're going to be female. And name. I always like to stick with a certain name. Okay. Then let me see if I have detailed appearance already. We're going to go ahead and use her. Yeah, we're going to use her. All right, let's go back and then let's select keepsake. See. Okay, there. I guess I should have just went down. Crimson Amber Medallion. A medallion inlaid with crimson amber increases maximum hit points. That probably won't go very far. It might be good in the beginning stages, but then it's not so great once you get past a certain level. Lands Between Rune. A gold of grace shining in the eyes of the people of the lands between, used to gain many runes. Okay. Golden Seed. A golden seed washed ashore from the lands between, said to enhance sacred flasks. I think when I did my Let's Explore, I took the golden seed. But evidently there's more golden seeds than you can actually utilize, so I doubt if I'll take that. Looks like the rest of these are kind of things you can find out in the world. Fanged Imp Ashes. The ashes are small, diminutive golems. Ashes are said to hold spirits within. Cracked Pot. 3 strange cracked pots that somehow mend themselves. A container for certain thrown items. Stone Sword Key. 2 stone keys shaped like swords. Breaks the seal on imp statues, but can only be used once. The Witching Branch. 5 sacred branches charged with beguiling power, said to originate from the demigod Michaela, or Michaela, not sure how to say that. Kaya. Boiled Prawn. 5 pieces of boiled prawn boosts physical damage negation. Fury's Woe. The crazed likeness of a noble whose eyes have been gouged out. Attracts enemies' aggression. Oh. Be interesting to see if somebody took that keepsake, how that works. Might have to go Google that. But I think I'm going to take the Lands Between rune and get the extra runes. Let's see, did I check her voice? Okay, that's a little too high pitched. We'll stick with this one. Okay, I think we're ready. Sasha, type B, young prisoner, lands between Rune, and we are ready to go.
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion, the loathsome Dung-Eater, and Sir Gideon Othmere, the all-knowing.
Wow, that music! Oof, that was good. So, based on that, are we looking for shards, I assume?
And one other, whom grace would again bless. A tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between. To stand before the Elden Ring. And become the Elden Lord.
Hey, look at the samurai. Ah, tarnished. In short, seek good luck. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna have to remember B is backstep, and I've been known to fall off ledges and cliffs and kill myself, pressing the wrong button. Let there be good fortune, therefore good luck. Okay. Let's look at the menu system here. Equipment. Equipment menu. With the equipment menu, you can equip armaments, arrows, bolts, armor, talismans, and items. You can equip up to 3 armaments, each to your left and right hands. The actions each armament performs will vary based on which hand is wielding it. Have S-stock, stone staff, rift shield that only provides 70 plus 2 physical. Well, I guess if you use attack power, but it only provides 85 guarded damage reduction. That's not good. We want something that's 100. And we have a prisoner iron mask. Our boys is terrible too. I'm looking at it over on the right hand side. It's 21. Some prisoner clothing, which looks just like rags. Nothing on our arms. Some trousers. Okay, there's our lance between rune. 3,000 runes, okay. Inventory menu. With the inventory menu, you can browse the items you're carrying, drop them on the ground, or throw them away. You can also use tools from the inventory menu. X, show large image and explanation. Y, toggle character data. New inventory features. Okay, this came out with a patch. This did not release like this, and people were like, give us something that lets us know when we have something new in our inventory. So here we are. New features can be enabled in the display tab within the system menu. Items obtained for the first time can be marked with a yellow exclamation mark. A dedicated tab has been created to view the items obtained most recently. Okay. Grace is said to have once dwelled in the eyes of the inhabitants of the lands between, the lingering residue of gold, used to gain 3,000 runes. No grace resides in the eyes of the Tarnished. If it ever did, it is now lost. Okay, and our magic glint blade. An old sorcery of the Carrion royal family creates a sigil overhead from which an enemy seeking glint blade appears after a brief delay. This sorcery can be used while in motion. Charging increases the delay. Said to be the prototype of the sword phalanx sorceries wielded by royal enchanted knights. And our trousers. Smell is beyond belief. Never once washed. Every fiber is filthy. Oh, that's hilarious. Iron mask forced on a prisoner convicted of an appalling crime. Thick, heavy, and utterly stifling. Foul creation designed to torment the wearer, either slowly fermenting hatred within their heart or a spiritual fervor that is near indistinguishable from it. Memory of Grace. The memory of first grace, which once guided bygone Tarnished to the lands between. Lose all runes and return to last sighted grace visited. It's merely a cycle. Stand before the Elden Ring, become the Elden Lord. Lose all runes. Yeesh. Ooh. I'm sure there would be a reason why you'd want to use this. But at the moment, I cannot think of why I would want to lose all my runes. Our glintstone staff. Staff with a glintstone embedded at the tip. A catalyst for casting sorceries. Sorceries must be memorized first at a site of lost grace, and a staff must be equipped to cast them. There's no skill on this staff. This armament has no skill. If the armament, in the other hand, has a skill, that skill will be used instead. A stock, large piercing sword with a long, hard-bladed edge, which is also capable of slashing attacks. For its large size, it can be wielded rather nimbly, leaving little opportunity for the enemy to counter. Skill, impaling thrust. Skill that lets piercing armaments overcome enemy shields. Build power, then lunge forward for a strong thrust that pierces an enemy's guard. That was 107 plus 13. I guess that probably isn't bad. Then the rift shield. Small metal round shield depicting a sinister rift. An antiquated charm that glares back at an enemy. It boosts focus. Ooh. Skill, parry. Use the skill in time with a foe's melee attack to deflect it and break that foe's stance. This provides an opening to perform a critical hit. Well, I'm not good at parrying, but this boosting focus, that sounds like it's probably pretty important for us because we use focus points to cast our spells. Don't see it's anywhere on here for it, so I'm just overlooking it. Okay, what else is in here? That's probably it. Yeah, those were all the new things. Ooh, okay. About new inventory features. All right, we just read that. All right. Okay, status menu. With the status menu, you can check your level, attributes, base stats, and more. The information shown here also reflects changes to your attack, defense, and resistances bestowed by armaments and armor that you have equipped. Okay. Right now, this isn't telling me much of anything, except I'm level 9. I don't have any runes. I need 811 runes to level up. Those are my attribute points. Okay, and our defense, damage negation, resistances. Okay, all right. Multiplayer system. I'm going to remove this. I don't want to accidentally hit it. Gestures. Gestures do we have? Rejection, trust, warm welcome, joy, high, bow or bow, wave, wait, downwards, upwards, forwards. I just swore I had a gesture where they're forming the O. You start the game up. I don't know what happened to that. I could have swore I had that, but again, it's been a long time, so it's like you get it as soon as you warp into here. Okay. No. Tarnished Wizened Finger. I'm going to try not to read everything as soon as I get it. We'll do the collecting as we go along, and then I'll read some things. Praise the message, and then let there be healing. Why is there blood stain right here already? We just opened the door. What do you do? Jump off? Yep. Okay. Chapel of Anticipation. Well, I know there's nothing to see out here, so we're just gonna... Okay, camera controls. Move on. Everybody jumped off the ledge. Look at this environment, though. Oof. This looks so good. Golden... What are those golden leaves? That looks like... What is that? Statue. That looks familiar. I don't remember what the name of it is. It's... I'm pretty positive it's not a stake of America. I think it's something else. And we all know what happens here. I'm just going to jump off. Yep. Because I cannot handle that. Though I know people have been able to beat that grafted scion. Those are the people that are really good. Oh, look at the horsey. I'm calling it a horse, but he's really not a horse because he's got horns.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on her side. We found her here after all. One of her kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring. Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
Violate the Golden Order. How do we breathe with this thing on our head? Well, it actually doesn't look like it's full-on metal because it's moving with our head movements. If it was metal, it wouldn't be moving. Flask of crimson tears. Flask of cerulean tears. We have 3 crimson and 1 cerulean. Oh, look, somebody else is here with us. Somebody is playing a wretch. I know for a fact with HUD display, I did not get that. No, I might end up turning on the HUD display. Ooh, I see something I already need to remove. Yep, remove that. I'm not trying to accidentally take that. And I think since I'm a noob, I might have the HUD on. Thought it was already on, but maybe not. Maybe it was auto. Yeah, it's on auto. Let's turn it on. Yeah, I like that better. And I must have turned the brightness up when I originally played this for the Let's Explore, because when you come back over this way, it's like pitch black. You can't see a damn thing. Cave of Knowledge. Jump down the hole ahead and you will find the Cave of Knowledge. There you can learn more about your game controls and basic actions, as well as other tips that may be helpful during your adventures in the lands between. That was not there when the game first released because people were skipping this. That's the tutorial down there, and people were skipping it and going straight up the steps and not knowing really how to play the game. Brave Tarnished, take the plunge. Yeah, it was just this guy, this ghost, talking about take the plunge of learning and remembrance. Maybe it scared the people off. Call the arts of war and your warrior's blood. Okay, let's take the plunge. X, use an item. Down on the D-pad, switch items. Okay. Oh, there's an astrologer. Sites of Grace. Resting at a site of grace will restore your HP, FP, and cleanse any status ailments. It will also refill your sacred flasks. However, most of the enemies you defeated will be revived. You can find Sites of Grace by going where light converges. These explanations are acquired in the form of info items and can be accessed from the inventory at any time. And we are going to rest here so I can change out my flasks. Allocating flask uses. With this menu, you can allocate the number of uses in each of your flasks. You have a set total of maximum flask uses. You can decide how many of those uses are for the HP replenishing flask of Crimson Tears, and how many are for the FP replenishing flask of Cerulean Tears. And we're going to put more into our Cerulean Tears since that's our focus is magic. And we don't have anything to replenish or increase the amount of replenished by flasks. I think that's a tier that we need, and we don't have a rune. The rune, no, it's a different kind of tier for this. A golden seed is what you need to add a charge to your flask. That was one of the keepsakes we could have took. We didn't. I have my staff in my left hand and my blade in my right, and we will leave it like that for now to see how it goes. Reset camera, lock on, and remove target. RB, attack. Okay, I might need to turn that down just a tad. Let's see, let's turn it down. That. All right, dude. Seems a little loud. Okay. People are dying here? Like New Game Plus or something? How are you dying? What? I'm thoroughly confused. How you die right here? These are like basic enemies. You can memorize sorceries and incantations at Sites of Grace. You must have a staff equipped to cast sorceries or a sacred seal equipped to cast incantations. Casting sorceries and incantations consumes FP. Okay, so you use up on the D-pad to switch sorcery and incantations. Alright, we don't have anything but a magic glint blade at the moment. 2 enemies here. Guarding. Use an armament in your left hand or both hands to guard against incoming attacks. Guarding is especially effective when done with a shield. Guarding consumes stamina. If your stamina runs out, your stance will be broken. Well, gotta have a shield. I want to try it, even though it's not gonna fully protect me. It doesn't look like I lost hardly any health. Let's try that again. Dodging. You can avoid enemy attacks with a dodge roll or backstep. Both of these actions consume stamina. L plus B, dodge roll, B, backstep. We're pretty light. Our equipment load is 23.3 out of 49.8. We're medium load, so that's pretty good. Pretty good. Shouldn't have any problems dodging. Ugh! It's such a great feature. Oh, I see you up there. Staff back on. Is that gonna hit you? It missed. How does it miss? Okay, he was pretty strong and a lot of health. Oh, wow. Ragdoll effects. Materials. In every corner of the lands between, you will find fruits, flowers, mushrooms, and butterflies, and various other useful materials. These materials can be used for item crafting. Row of fruit. I am pretty sure the row of fruit is very common. We can use it to craft raisins for when we get our mount. Now, what is this going to teach us? Okay. Building armaments. Each hand can be equipped with up to 3 armaments, allowing you to toggle between them. Armaments can also be two-handed, making attacks more difficult to repel with shields and boosting effective strength by 50%. Okay, right on the D-pad, switch right-hand armament, left, switch left-hand armament. Y plus LB or RB will wield with 2 hands. All right, let's try the... Oh, nope. Let's try two-handed. And how do we put it back? I guess I could have just clicked the Y and the RB. Let's see. Y, RB. Y, RB. Yep, okay. Or right on the D-pad or left on the D-pad. R while locked onto a target to change targets. A jump attack. Let's try jump attack with right trigger. Yep, okay. Alright, we killed that guy that was up here. Healing thrust is our skill on this weapon. Now it tells me about the skills. Armaments have special abilities called skills. Skills are highly varied and range from powerful attacks to temporary effects. Using skills consumes FP, so left trigger the skill. Alright, I had to try that. I'll use my FP, but I want to see what it looks like. Crouching. Crouch to make it harder for enemies to discover you, especially effective in tall grass. Attacking an enemy that hasn't noticed you will cause more damage than usual. Nice. Let's try this. Ooh, that's pretty awesome. Pretty good. RB near a back-turned enemy gives a critical hit. Say, bump sword. What? What is that supposed to mean? No idea. attacks may break an enemy's stance, giving you a chance to perform a critical hit. Charge attacks and jump attacks make it particularly easy to break an enemy's stance. Hold RT, charge attack, right T while jumping, jump attack. Stakes of America. Oh, maybe. I think it looked different when we were presented that grafted scion. Or maybe it was her. I'm gonna have to go back and double check the video when I edit it. Upon dying, you will be revived at the lysidic race that you visited. However, if there is a stake of America near where you died, you could choose to be revived there instead. That is really convenient. Let me take some FP. We have what is somewhat of a little tutorial boss. Yeah. Guard counters. Too late, I already killed him. You can perform a counterattack immediately after blocking an enemy attack. Guard counters make it easy to break an enemy's stance. Right trigger immediately after blocking an attack will give you a guard counter. And there's nothing else to see here. Ooh, there's a lot of death in here. And we're back where we started. Stuff above. Strength. And we will be back later to get that. We can't go through here to get that item above my head. You have to go through a tunnel. Might as well rest, get our flasks back. Okay, we can't go through here. We need a stone sword key, which was one of the items that you could have taken as a keepsake. Okay, I don't have one. Yeah. Yep, none. And I don't think, I don't understand why. If you got the stone sword key, and I don't know if it takes one or two, I can't tell. Probably two. But if you had two, this is pretty early on in the game. I guess you have to remember to come back here. But I honestly don't remember how many keys it takes. Don't. If it only takes one and you open this fog door, you're going to be in for a world of hurt. Cooperative multiplayer. Use Tarnished furled finger to write a gold summon sign. Cooperative multiplayer will begin once you have been summoned by a player from another world. You take the role of an ally, furled finger, and your objective is to defeat the area boss. The compass at the top of the screen indicates the direction of the summons. Post the fingers. And a severed finger. We'll look at all this stuff as soon as we go up above. First off, good luck. Seek head. Alright, let's look at some of these items that we got. Okay, we learned about that already. Tarnished furrowed finger. Yep, okay. Fingered severed. Ooh. Use as a host of fingers to select a summoned player and send them back to their world. Use when you have been summoned to another player's world to return to your world. Okay. Its phantom blade severs the link formed by a furrowed finger, but the maiden scorn those who abuse its power. Okay, makes sense. Alright, this is letting us know about all the tutorial information they just gave us. Okay, we can write messages with our tarnished Lysen finger. Used to write messages, your messages will be conveyed to other worlds, allowing other players to read them. Finger of corpse wax, so emaciated the bone is visible. It is a relic of those who came before, left to help those who would come after. And then our Crimson Tears is for healing or HP. Filled with Crimson Tears, this flask restores HP with use. Rest at a site of grace to replenish. The one washed up on the graveside site was sure to die until this flask offered its gift of rejuvenation. To seek the Elder Ring. It's a sacred flask modeled after a golden holy chalice that was once graced by a tear of blessing. Give us one about the cerulean tears? The cerulean tears. Oh, did I skip over it? I guess I skipped over it. Sacred flask modeled after a golden holy chalice that was once graced by a tear of blessing. Filled with cerulean tears, this flask restores FP with use. Rest at a site of grace to replenish. Okay, and the rest of that is the same as what we read for the Crimson Tears. Right. Behold, good fortune. I want to write a message. Message menu. With the messages menu, you can write messages that players in other worlds can read at the spot where you left them. You can change the message format to leave more complex messages and also attach gestures to your messages. You can rate other players' messages. Whenever another player rates a message that you've written, your HP will be replenished. Oh, that's cool. Templates. Whoa, wait a minute now. Slow down. Blank ahead. No. I want to leave something like, and so it begins, something like that. Oh, maybe a ah. Then we add a begins at the end of it. I think this is it. Okay, battle tactics, no. Actions, situations, places, directions, concepts. The opportunity, that would be good. Bad you can't write your own instead of choosing from a template. Okay, maybe. Oh, okay, Oh, we could do good luck. Oh, there's lots of these good phrases. I like to stay calm too. Don't give up. I like that. Ooh. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yeah, let's do that. Ooh, let's check it. Are you ready? I like it. Close, please. Thank you. And open the door. Behold the beauty of Limgrave. Oh, that tree is huge. Yes, maybe is that the finale? Where that tree is? Yeah, I see that knight down there. I'm not messing with him. I'm too weak. Take him on. Summoning pools. In each area you may find effigies of martyrs. These effigies are summoning pools. You'll find it easy to summon other players at these locations. These co-op and hostile summoning signs created with small effigies gather at summoning pools. So I guess when this is activated, then you could put your sign down for assistance. Maybe assistance with that dude over there. I'm not sure. I won't be doing co-op or multiplayer. Guidance of Grace. Grace exists to guide the Tarnished and lead them along the proper path. Even now, some sites of grace retain that power. Their golden rays will guide you along your way. Well, I already know that you should not just follow these golden rays everywhere it leads. You have to do some exploring. What the heck was that? Map. Use your map to check your current position as well as the terrain and surrounding structures. You can update your map with new information by finding map fragments as steles along the road. What is that word? You can also use the map to freely place beacons of light to serve as landmarks as you explore. Okay. Map menu. With the map menu, you can check your current position. Yep. Told me this already. Lastly, through your map, you can select any site of grace that you've discovered and travel there instantaneously. However, there are some dungeons and other areas where this cannot be done. I know for a fact when you're in a dungeon, you can't go teleporting out of it. You have to get back to the site of grace first before you can leave. Wow, this map. This is only a little small portion of the map. None of it is discovered yet. We need to get a map fragment to uncover this map. All right, let's talk to this gentleman.
Oh, yes. Tarnished, are we? Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring? Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless. Without guidance, without the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the Round Table Hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity. Luckily for you, however, there is one shining ray of hope for even the maidenless. Me, Vare. Take care to listen. Are you familiar with grace? The golden light that gives life to you tarnished. You may also behold its golden rays, pointing in a particular direction at times. That is the guidance of grace, the path that a tarnished must travel. Indeed. Grace's guidance holds the answers. It will lead you, Tarnished, to the path you are meant to follow, even if it leads you to your grave.
Anything else?
Grace's guidance will reveal the path forward, most certainly. To Castle Stormvale, over on the cliff, the home of the decrepit demigod, Godric the Grafted. It's time you set off, I should think, to Castle Stormvale on the cliff, where Grace would guide you. If you seek the Elden Ring, maidenless as you are.
Maidenless. Yeah, we're not going to Stormvale Castle quite yet. That is that place right there, I believe, right above my head. Anything else?
It's time you set off,
Okay.
I should think, to Castle. If you...
Thank you. All right. Just take this in for a minute. I'm gonna head over to that church. I'm gonna look around just a little bit. I don't think there's anything to collect around here other than, you know, crafting components. Let's see. I don't think this weapon I have is very good at hitting these birds. Let's see. Oh, I actually hit it. Light pinion. Okay. Ooh, blood splatter. Carry a leaf. Okay. A golden tree. Smaller. Wow, look at this. What is that down there? Is that a crab? Man. Ooh, what's that over there? I need a telescope. Sorry. Let's see, what do you give? 10 beast bones. Bats or something flying down there. No, there's a dragon that will appear around in here somewhere. Not ready for it yet either. I have been to those ruins over there and opened up a treasure box, which I thought was treasure, and then I got teleported to some place that I was like, I want to go home, get me out of here, before I finally figured out how to get out. It was pretty scary. And it was a high level, a lot of high level enemies over there. Earthly flower. All right, let's head to the church. How do we safely get down? We fall down from here? Will it hurt? Nope. I don't want to get anywhere near that night. All right, let's get to the church. I heard footsteps. Okay. Not paying me no attention. Oh, I didn't get anything for killing that goat-looking thing. Okay, we will do some exploring as soon as we get our mount. Some more bats flying around. Golden rune too. Ooh, it's thundering here. I'm like, and I see lightning flashing. Not in the game, in my house. Fast travel to sites of grace. Through your map, you can instantly travel to any sites of grace that you've discovered. However, there are some dungeons and other areas where this cannot be done. Yep. Yep. Oh, we got Santa Claus over here. Hello, sir.
You're a Tarnished. I can see it. And I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not purchase a little something? I am Kale, purveyor of fine goods.
Okay. Tell us about yourself, Kale.
I am of a nomadic people, selling wares as I travel. The land has been tainted by madness since the shattering of the Elden Ring. It's only Tarnished like yourself, who keep things from drying up entirely. Let's say you're a very welcome customer.
Any recommendation?
You know, if you can spare the runes, you should buy yourself a crafting kit. A crafting kit allows you to make basic items on your own. Essential, really, if you intend to survive out here for any duration. The kit costs a bundle, and I admit I do take my cut. But the important thing is that you survive. Every customer counts, after all.
Okay. How much is this kit? With the shop menu, you can spend runes to purchase various items. You can also sell items for runes. Each merchant stocks a different variety of items for purchase. Oh man, the telescope is 500. What is this? Fur calling finger remedy. Deals co-op and hostile summoning signs. What? Item for online play can also be used from the multiplayer menu. Craftable item. Reveals cooperative and competitive multiplayer signs. Co-op summoning signs will be shown in gold, while hostile summoning signs will be shown in red. Multiplayer begins when you summon a player from another world through their sign. Okay. These cracked pots I know are really good. Yet. And there's the crafting kit he talked about. Another bag containing a pestle and mortar, small blade, and various other tools. Enables item crafting from the main menu. Provides both means to fight and means to survive. Well, I'm gonna spend the runes to buy it. Okay. I'll wait to get the pot. Empty pot somehow mends itself when broken. Essential vessel for crafting cracked pot items. Materials and magics sealed within deploy their effects when the pot is thrown. Okay. Then he sells some cookbooks. Invigorating cured meat. Invigorating white cured meat and glowstone. Bone arrows. Bone bolts. Torch. I don't know if I'm not going to buy this yet. Be raised when equipped in the left hand. Okay. Skill, torch attack. Thrust forward to set foes ablaze. Skill is especially effective against foes who are weak to fire. Like maybe wolves? Okay. All right, that's it, sir. Thank you.
I'm glad you took my warning to heart. You've made an excellent choice.
Item crafting. You have a crafting kit. You can make various items from materials that you find. Select item crafting from the main menu to make items. You can learn to craft more items by finding cookbooks. Containers. You will need cracked pots or other containers to craft certain items. You will not be able to make more of those items than you have containers. Container items will run out with use. Containers themselves will remain. Okay. So once we buy these cracked pots, we have them for life, and we just have to craft the things to go into them. Item crafting menu. With the item crafting menu, you can make various items from materials that you find. You can learn to craft more items by finding cookbooks. So we already have the basics here. We can craft a fire pot, but we need mushrooms and smoldering butterflies. Throw at enemies to inflict fire damage. Throw behind to inflict fire damage. Okay. Okay, that takes even more. Bone darts. Okay, thin beast bones. Row of raisins from row of fruit. Rainbow stone. Shines with color light when placed, serving as a guide. Maybe if you don't want to get lost. Here's that fur calling finger remedy. You need earthly flowers. Found throughout the lands between. I don't know if I ever did anything with this, to be honest. Okay, well, we can't craft anything, so let's press on. Strengthening armaments. At a smithing table, you can spin runes and smithing stones to strengthen your armaments. Somewhere in the lands between, you may meet a blacksmith who can make your armaments even stronger. Okay. One smithing stone. Strength armament. Smithing menu. You can spin runes and smithing stones to strengthen your armaments. You can strengthen your armaments up to +3 at a smithing table. Somewhere in the lands between, you may meet a blacksmith who can make your armaments even stronger. So we can make this +1 S-stock. It's actually a pretty good increase. Not so much for this staff. Though scaling will be increased from C to B, which is better. Even make your shield a +1. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna... Well, I can't do anything with this yet. We need another smithing stone. We only have one. We need 2 to upgrade anything. All right. Let's go get or talk with Melina. There's a mushroom. I see an enemy over there. That's just a skull. What's this? No. Oh, there's a turtle. I'm sorry, Mr. Turtle. I'm gonna have to take you out so I can see what you have. I wonder if 1 hit would have just did it. I don't know what that thing is over there either. Turtle meat. Okay, I am really interested in seeing what that is. Okay, it just tells me it's a crafting item. That's it. Okay, so I don't need to look at any of this information. Again, probably won't know what we can use until we get a cookbook for it. What I'm thinking. All right. I'm gonna go up here and grab this other site of grace before we head to see Melena, or Melina, or however you say her name. Backstab you. Dropping anything? Oh, you didn't drop anything. Inside a cave. So I'll know I need to come back here. Just wanted to light it since it was right there. I believe you didn't drop anything. How about you? I should not have let you hit me. Now, he didn't drop anything either. Okay, let's run on over here.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina. I offer you an accord. Have you heard of the Finger Maidens?
Ma'am?
They serve the Two Fingers, offering guidance and aid to the Tarnished. But you, I am afraid, are maidenless. I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into strength to aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erd Tree.
Yes, accept. What happens if you refuse? The game ends, probably?
Then it's settled. Summon me by grace to turn runes into strength. Ah, another matter. I bequeath to you this ring.
Spectral Steed Whistle.
Use it to traverse great distances. It will summon a spectral steed named Torrent. Torrent has chosen you. Treat him with respect.
Okay. I guess we can't do anything else with her. It's nighttime. Let's leave because I need to eat those runes that I have. She's gone. Horseback riding. Use the Spectral Steed Whistle to summon and ride your Spectral Steed. If your Spectral Steed dies, you can summon it again, but it will cost 1 flask of Crimson Tears to do so. You can dismount by using the whistle again or by pressing down on the L thumbstick, which I will probably make lots of mistakes pressing that by accident. From pouch in the main menu, you can equip 6 items to your pouches. 4 of those items can be used without opening the main menu. Okay? And we're going to do that now. We're going to put Torrent. Summon and ride Torrent, the spectral steed. Delicate goldwork ring can be used as a finger whistle. Sound the whistle to summon and ride Torrent, the spectral steed. Dismounts steed when used while on horseback. Upon his death, the spectral steed can be summoned again, but doing so drains the flask of crimson tears. Right, let's put that on. That is on the D-pad up. And to use it, okay, A during mounted jump. Okay. Off. All right, let's go back to this other. Let's go back here to Calais. Oh, there's that thing we saw in the distance.
This way, Tarnished. May I have a word?
Yes, ma'am. Whoa, look at her.
A pleasure to meet thee, Tarnished. I am the witch Renna. I'd heard tell of a Tarnished hurtling about atop a spectral steed, and upon looking into the matter, the talk, I surmise, is of thee. Thou art possessed of the power, no? To call forth the spectral steed named Torrent.
I can call the spectral steed.
Ah, as I had hoped. I was entrusted this for thee, by Torrent's former master.
Oh, spirit calling bell. Okay. Lone wolf ashes.
'Tis a bell for calling forth spirits. Summon them with it. From ash and return to the Erdtree, the spirits will obey thine command but briefly, as they recall battles past. Now it is thine, to do with as thou wishest.
When a with a spirit calling bell, you can use ashes to summon various spirits. Summoning typically consumes FP. You can only summon one type of spirit at a time. You cannot summon spirits during multiplayer. Anything else?
Forgive mine intrusion, Tarnished. I doubt we shall again meet. But all the same, learn well the lands between. How long will it be, I wonder, before the Tarnished tire of obeisance to the 2 fingers?
Oh, she's gone. Okay, so we need to equip that spirit ash. I want to put it in the down, I believe. Summon 3 lone wolf spirits. Ashen remains in which spirits yet dwell used to summon the spirits of 3 lone wolves. Spirits of wolves chased from their pack. They later encountered a nameless Tarnished, who welcomed them as hunting companions. Wolf spirits overwhelm enemies with their agility, aiding the summoner in combat. Yeah, I remember them. Pretty good. Hear that man stomping around. Even with those wolves, we still can't take him yet. Okay, I need to see, how much is your torch?
Wait, weren't you... Well, you're back. Care to buy something?
How much is your torch? Really like that telescope too, but torch is 200. Okay, we can afford the torch now. Let's go ahead and buy it. Okay, I think that will be it for now. Let's leave.
Goodbye. Nice to do business.
And we need to some of those runes and eat them. The torch, summoning the wolves. Spirit Calling Bell. Bell that summons various spirits from ashen items. Usually requires FP to use. Yep, spirits can only be summoned in the vicinity of a rebirth monument. When summoning is possible, the monument icon will be visible on the left side of the screen. Only one type of spirit may be summoned at once, and none may be summoned during multiplayer. When I first played this game, I wondered, what the heck was that symbol on the left side? It looks like a tombstone, really, but like a powder blue, light blue color. Now I mean, of course, I figured out since then what it was, but in the beginning, I guess it pays to read these descriptions. Okay, pouches. Okay, let's get to our runes here. That one's worth 400. Oh, okay. Let's use it. And let's use that 3,000. And let's go level up. Oh, we can talk to Melina again. Melina.
This tiny golden aura is the grace of the Erd Tree. This light once shone in the eyes of your tarnished brethren, but now it is all that guides you. Or so I hear. You can see them, can't you? The rays of grace that guide you through your burden. Upon the cliff in Castle Stormvale is a shard bearer, a demigod, who inherited a fragment of the shattered Elden ring. If the rays of grace signal the castle, then the Elden ring beckons you. As an ally by pact, I pray that you are fit to face the challenge presented by the ring.
Anything else?
Upon the cliff,
Okay, we
a
heard that.
demigod.
Yeah.
If the rays and the Elden as an ally pray to face the challenge.
Let's level up.
Shall I turn your runes to strength? Let my hand rest upon you. For but a moment, share them with me.
With the level up menu,
Your
you can
thoughts,
spin runes to increase your
Your
attributes.
ambitions. The principles you would follow.
With each attribute increase, your level rises by 1. As your level rises, so does the amount of runes required for your next attribute. Though anybody playing Souls or Souls-like games is used to that. So this is my idea when it comes to leveling up. I know I definitely need to put some points into intelligence, and I probably need to put a few points into strength, but my focus at the beginning, I think, is going to be vigor. And of course, I need to put some points into mine. Let's see, explanation. Attribute determines FP, also affects focus. Vigor. Attribute governing HP also affects fire resistance and immunity. Endurance. Attribute governing stamina also affects robustness. Attribute also determines how heavy your equipment can be. Strength. Attribute required to wield heavy armaments. Also boosts attack power, strength scaling armaments, and affects your physical defense. Dexterity. Attribute required to wield advanced armaments. Also boosts attack power of dexterity scaling armaments. Reduces casting time of spells. Softens fall damage and makes it harder to be knocked off your horse. Ooh. Intelligence. Attribute required to perform glintstone sorceries. Also boosts magic power, intelligence scaling sorceries, and improves magic resistance. Faith. Attribute required to perform sacred incantations. Also boosts magic power of faith scaling incantations. Arcane. Attribute governing discovery. Also affects holy defense, vitality, and certain sorceries and incantations. Okay. So, my plan, even though I know I need mind and intelligence and a little bit of strength, I'm gonna boost vigor until I want to get it to 30. Okay, we have just enough. All right, that's it. All right, so we're going from level 9 to 13. That's pretty good. We're halfway there. Halfway to what I want our vigor to be, but of course it gets more expensive the higher up we go. Yeah, I'm so squishy. A couple of hits and I'm out for the count. I think that's it. Let's leave. Thank you, Melina. Now I saw something on my... in the inventory? No, not there. I saw something that had like a foot with the arrow pointing up. I don't know what that was about. I don't see it now, but I saw it when she was talking to us. I don't know if it's some kind of buff. It's not there anymore. It was like right below the stamina bar. Huh. Don't know. But we are going to end this episode right here, you guys. And when we come back, what I'd like to do is go back into this cave now that we have a torch. Then we're going to head on over here. See if we can't clear this area out. This stone right there is where we can get the map fragment. And yeah, this has got us going this way. I don't know if I'm going to go that way or not. I do know if we do go that way, I can get a golden seed. I might. Let me put this torch on before I forget. I want to put it at. Slot. Guess I can put it here. It said we can use it actually cause damage. All right, so thank you guys very much for watching. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing how far I can get. I would so love to finish this game, but you know, Souls games are difficult, but I love the challenge. So again, thank you so very much for watching, and I appreciate if you give this video a thumbs up to like it and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And I will see you guys on in the next episode. Bye.